Hey friends, this is me Abhinas, and today we will be solving a very interesting problem. As some of you, had suggested me this particular problem to solve it. So today I'll be solving it. So basically, this particular problem will widely, uh, like solve many different cases that we usually do in breadth first search algorithms. So this is a very pretty question on BFS. So whoever who is very beginner to BFS, I strongly suggest you guys to just start with this particular problem because it is quite very cool problem with BFS. Anyway, so the question is basically a snake ladder problem. I hope everyone has played this particular game in your entire life in some time. So basically, without any further ado, basically this is the board that we are having, and I hope everyone can relate it. Okay, so basically in this particular board, the thing is that let me basically clarify things so that it can be more relatable. That we are having ladders, so many ladders. Okay, there can be multiple ladders, and the ladder is basically used to climb. Okay, not to not to go down. Okay, it is just used here to climb. And the snake, the significance of the presence of snake is that whenever we are right here, okay, like at 62 position, I mean in front of the snake's mouth, basically I can say. So it will just eat you, and you will come right here, okay, at its tail. So this is what the presence or significance of the presence of snake right here in this particular game. So guys, this is it. And whoever out of these two opponents reach 100th position in the very beginning, so whoever reaches 100 position first, he will be declared, or he or she will be declared as the winner of the match. So this is the problem, guys, and we are here to solve it. uh, so basically we just need to solve it. So here in this particular problem, we will be using BFS. So let me tell you why BFS, why not other algorithms as well, because there are very fundamental algorithms that can be applied here to in order to get it. But the thing that which drive us to uh, you know use BFS right here is that we are asked here to find out what is the minimum number of move required to reach to the final destination. That means 100th position. So in order to find out the minimum number of move, we need to use some specific algorithms, right? Because in order to find the shortest or minimum path or kind of things, so we use generally BFS, right? Because it is why BFS. See, in BFS we use a queue. Okay, in the queue we push quite whatever the move we take, and whoever reaches the very the last, or we I would say the destination in the very first, whatever move that he has taken to reach there will be the very minimum move. Okay, or we can say the minimum uh, move that could anyone take to reach there, right? That could even be possible. So that is the minimum one. So yes, we will be using BFS right here for this particular purpose. And okay, so there is some cases. Let me discuss with you guys so that it would be very easy for you to decide the things. See, in this is a dice, right? And here we are having only 1 to 6 choices. That means, I'm sorry. Okay, just this is 6. So basically, we are having total 6 choices: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So basically, currently I am right here at first position with 0 move, because initially I am right here. So I could move to here or like to here. Okay, let me pick some other you know color. Yeah, or we can move right here. I hope you are getting, because we are having basically 6 different choices, so I can move 6 different places at a time. Okay, for example, in my first turn, or in my turn, I can roll the dice, and the dice will give me only one single result out of 6 different choices. Either it could be one, it could be two, or it could be anything in between 1 to 6. So that's what I'm saying. So, or last choice is seven, to reach 7. So tell me, which one is the best idea to to move. See, as we do not have any option, because see, there is not a choice which is 0, right? So we have to try, we have to we have to roll our dice. So we could either reach to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, right? So if it would be better if there would be a 0, because if there would be 0, then I could simply jump from 1 to 38 position, right? So but unfortunately it is not possible, because we have to take some turn, or we have to roll the dice. So for this for this turn, the best could be 4. I mean, it could be like 1 to 3. If I could earn 3 in the dice, rolling by rolling the dice, then it would be very, very great for me to say. Or yeah, it would be 4 only. So likewise, okay, so for example, I am right here in let's say 36 position. Then I will, in next turn, I will be right here in 6th position. So this is the downgrade, I would say. So I hope you are pretty clear with the things. So it is quite straightforward, nothing to understand much, I hope. And if you still have any sort of doubts, guys, I request you to please comment below, so that it can be easier for other people as well. uh, let's say they have the same doubt, but they don't want to ask this thing. Okay, like shy kind of things people are there. So anyway, so if you have any kind of any sort of doubt, so please mention the doubt, specific doubt, in the comment section, so that I can uh, you know uh, answer them one by one. Anyway, so without any further ado, let's see the what is the input format, which type of data that we are getting, and based on that factor, how can we solve it. Okay, so first of all, let me so basically, we are having a board which is starting from number one, or we can say call it position 1 to position 100, right? And the dice is the faces between 1 to A, correct? Because it is a cubic dice, so definitely it is going to have like 6 faces, correct? Nothing problem in that. If the player lands at the base ladder, okay, this is quite straightforward, I have already told you. um, the board is always going to be 10 cross 10 with square numbers from 0 to 100, 1 to 100. Cool. So this is great. So basically, we are having 2 different matrices of n cross 2 size, uh, n and m cross 2 size. Basically, the number of columns will always be going to 2, and the there is one matrix of ladders and other matrix of snakes position. Correct. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So let's start solving this particular problem. And one more thing is that if it is not even possible, written the least number of rolls to move from the start to finish on a separate line. If there is no solution, then we can simply, just return one, just by telling it that it is impossible to, roll things. Cool. So I hope everyone is pretty, clear about the things, that what it is and how the things are going on, blah and blah. So basically, guys, we will be using a queue here, because as I have already told you that we will be using BFS algorithm in this particular question to solve it out. And for that, so first of all, see, we are having two different matrices, okay? But to access, for example, let me show you. For example, this is the matrix which, let's say, defining the, the snake's position or ladder position. It is basically, the ladder position. So basically, for example, in some point of time, I just have reached the position 6. Okay. So I need to be able to see that, okay, if I'm at 6, then is it a, kind of ladder, or it is a snake's mouth or something like that. So if it is that, then what is my next position? Okay. Are you getting me? For example, I'm right here. Somehow, I reached at 4. So at 4, I need to see whether it is the basement of the ladder or it is the mouth of the snake. So if it is any one of these cases, then I need to see that, okay, what is my next destination, right? Like, like I'm right at 4, then my next destination is not 5, my next destination is 14. Similarly, if I'm right here at 36, my next destination is not 37, instead my next destination is 6. So I hope it is pretty clear. So for that, I will be using a map, because map will just give me all the details in O1 time, because it will look uh, it will look for any such key that is existing or not in O of 1 or order of 1 complexity. So I'll be using unordered map here. So cool. So for each, for each matrices, I don't care what it is defining, what is the I mean, what is, what we call, the matrix. Say it could be snake, it could be ladder, I don't care, because for each of the, entities, like it could be snake or it could be ladder, they both have a destination point, right? So we just need that destination point. We don't know what it is. We do not need to take care of both of them separately, right? So this is what I am thinking. So yeah, so basically I of 0 is carrying the, initial point, that let's say it is the basement of the ladder, or the mouth of the snake, and I of 1 is basically defining that what is the next point that it would take me to. Okay. So after defining such thing, I'll be defining, or I'll be, I can say I'll be uploading the, you know, the points for the second array, second matrix, basically. Okay, all these things are done. Now I will have a, queue. Let's say it is a pair type. So let me tell you what the pair basically, defining. What is the pair basically referring to? So basically the first element will be, referring, what it will be referring. Okay. Okay. So the first element will be referring to where I am currently at. Okay. My current position, let me tell. Okay. And the second position, the second, you know, second element is basically referring that number of moves. Okay. So pretty clear, right? So, and we will be using another, we can say, array, which is basically visited to to keep the track of the fact that okay, this cell is already visited, then I should not just propagate by just going to that particular position again. So what am I saying is, for example, just let me just pick my pen so that it can be understood very cool, right? So let's say that just a second, guys, let me, yeah. So let's say for some reason I am right here, okay. Like okay, I just have this this particular position has already been visited by some guy, some by some move. For example, I just have came here somehow, I came here and I visited this particular and I propagated some other position. So after this particular, see, what I have told you, that I came through this, okay, through this particular position. But what about this guys, like this, it can be like this also. I can also reach this particular visited position by following this particular path as well. So in both of this path, when I came through this particular path, I see that it is already visited. So why should I again visit it and again try to propagate the things that that I can propagate? So that is not relevant, because see, I am doing extra work. Okay, I am doing extra work. I'm doing that work which has already been done. So that is the thing I will be taking care of. So in this way I can also limit the memory that I will be using. So for now I'll be using a, so basically guys, basically this will not be 2D array. Instead it can be used as a 1D array. And let's say the size is like 101, because the array uh, positioning or indexing start from 0, so we are having total 100 positions. So initially all of, let's say everyone is unvisited, okay. So for now I'll be pushing in my queue two things. The first thing is one, okay, in my pair, right? In my pair I'm pushing. So one is basically, currently I am right here at one, okay, with no move, because this is the initial position that I am currently at. So and the moves are required for reaching here is 0. And as I have visited one, as I have reached here, that means I need to tell my visited array that please mark this as visited. So in order to do that, I'll say, okay, visited of, let's say 1 is equal to true, correct? Done. Now I will write file q is not empty. I'll do something. What is that something? Let me tell you. Let's call it current pair. It would be more intuitive. So the current pair is nothing but q dot front. Whatever the front of the q could be, it will be my current pair, and I'll pop it out. So basically, guys, uh, basically here we can take at most 6 turn, right? I mean, as the, basically we are having total 6 possibilities. That is what I would say, because the cubes, the cube has total 6 faces. So what will I do is I will check. Okay, let me define the like the entities inside the current pair. So the current pair is containing that position. Let's say current position. Okay, current position is what? Current pair dot first, isn't it? And number of moves. How many moves do I did I need to reach here? So that is current pair dot second, isn't it? After this I will check, okay, is my current position is equal to 100? Did I reach here? I mean, let's say somehow I just have reached here, okay. So I will check, okay, have I reached here already? Is it 100 position? If this is the 100th position, I will simply going to return, how many moves that I have taken to reach here. Okay. So if this is not the case, that I am not yet reached the 100th position, that means I still need to move further and further. Just try, let's try. Okay. So as I have already told you that we are having total 6 different possibilities with us. So we will be, so basically my next, I can call it next position, I would say. So next position will be current position plus I would say, right? Because for example, I am right here at 1, and I can move to 2 by adding 1 to it. I can move to 3 by adding 2 to it. Similarly 4, 5, 6 and 7 by adding respective i's. I means this, right? The iterator. And okay, here I need to check something. Okay, I need to check something that if it is like safe, if it is safe to reach next position, uh, then it would be better. Okay, I can go there. So let's say I just have completed this particular function. So if it is, that means what, it is safe to move to next position, right? Okay, so if it is safe, then I would say that, okay, let's mark it visited. So my next position will be now true. Okay, so now what will we do is, okay, cool. So let's complete this particular function. Okay, so as this particular function is taking a position, along with that we also need the visited array, because uh, being safe means that this particular position did not visit, no one visited this particular position earlier. Okay, this is a unvisited position, I would say. So visited, and I would return if the position, if the current position is less than or equal to, lesser than or equal to 100, or not or, and if this is not yet visited, right? If this is equal to false, right? Then only I will call it like, yeah, it is safe to reach there. So I would pass like visited. Okay, cool. So till now, we have done many things. So what else do we need to take care of? Uh, Basically, here our intention is to push the new position. Okay, if that is possible to move, if it is possible to move to the next position, then please tell me what is that next position. Okay, so see, because why I'm just focusing on that, because let's say my next position is 4. So as I am, as 4 is actually not the answer. 4 is not actually the next position, but the next position is nothing but 14, right? Similarly, let's say my current next position is 36, but actually what will I push in my queue is 6, because 6 is the final destination of being at 36th position. So basically, I will see if that particular next position is existing, in my map. So mp.find, I will use that particular function to find out if next position is existing in it. I mean, if this key is existing. So if it is existing, then I would say q.push like next pose, and whatever the moves that I had taken so far, I would just add 1 to it, and that's all. I hope you are getting me. And else, if it is not there in my maps, nothing to worry about. I will going to simply push okay, this will not be, next post. This will be MP of next post, right? Because MP of next post is defining that where I will be, after, this particular position, because it could be the, mouth of the snake, or it could be the basement of the ladder. Otherwise, if it is not found, then I could simply insert next pose and moves plus one. So guys, I hope you are getting it right. And yeah, it is safe is completed. In both of the case, see the case will not be same for everyone, because this particular for this it is perfectly fine, because next position is only next position. But here next position is not next position, instead it is MP's next MP's next pose, right? So perfectly fine, right? And we will pop it out for every current pair, and we'll do the same task again and again. And we are again just taking care of the fact that it is not yet visited, right? So after taking care of everything, if we still you know did not reach the final destination, that means 100th position, that means it is not even possible to reach here. Cool. So I hope this is pretty clear. Let's test it out whether it is working or not, or some other issues. Yeah, it is saying it is correct. Let's submit it to see if it is working or not. I guess it will work. Cool, guys. It got submitted. It is a perfectly correct answer. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video from scratch, and I hope you are now confident to solve any kind of problem in BFS to find out the minimum such values that the question basically asks you. Uh, so basically, guys, in the next video, I'll be covering one more BFS question that some of you had suggested me to solve, and that is the rotten oranges problem, because it is quite straightforward coding interview question. It is asked by many big tech companies. So I'll be covering that particular uh, video in that particular question in my next video. So thank you guys for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is must, because this will let you get some good content sooner or later. And sooner or later we will be introducing some new technologies, for example Node.js, or kind of Docker or Kubernetes kind of things. So be with us. Just do not forget to subscribe it, and just share this kind of videos whichever you like. Just comments, any of your doubt, please comment it, because when you engage in some good and positive practices, then it will let you grow, right? So thank you guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for your passion.